Previously on Survivor Branford. To open our 9th season, 7 superfans known as the Parkside tribe were shocked to see that their opposition, the Tyler tribe, was made up entirely of Survivor Branford veterans. At the Parkside camp, Christy found a fake immunity idol planted by Jackson and shared it with the rest of the tribe, but confusion reigned as the actual idol clue, found by Steven, didn't sync up with Christy's story. The Tyler tribe hit the ground running as Pat publicly voiced his opposition to Michelle and shared that he'd found a hidden immunity idol, a fake idol that he staged finding. The early chaos led to newly formed alliances of Danny, Michelle, and Haley, and Brandon, Sarah, and Dennis in agreement that Pat had to go. Despite the upheaval at camp, Tyler showed great teamwork in cruising to an immunity challenge win. With tribal council looming for Parkside, Tim made moves against Jackson, who responded in kind. In the ensuing scramble, Josh, Tasha, and Steven came together to form a trio, and with tribe unity in mind, led a unanimous vote of Jackson, taking him and the only knowledge of Christy's fake idol out of the game. 13 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Now that we have some trust after last round and we weren't lying to you,
I know.
How do you feel?
Better. I was freaking out, dude. I was like, man, like, I'm a goner. I'm going home.
We told you.
I know, but dude.
I know. It's hard to
was
trust.
So
people at
scary.
first.
I did survive that vote somehow. Last round, I think I played pretty badly, to be honest. I think I was going way too hard out of the gate. So this time I'm trying to be a little bit more composed, a little bit more straightforward, and I think I'm feeling better about this next round. I think I'm safer.
I 100% got you. Like you and me, number one, 100% locked in. I love this. I feel good with Tasha.
Yeah,
I feel like Tasha is cool.
I feel good with Tasha.
And Josh, I like Josh too.
Okay.
Tim and I, we vibed right off the bat, so I think that's going to be a good number to have for myself. Now we are down one number, so hopefully we can win this next immunity challenge and even it back up. If we do have to go to tribal again, I feel like I am well insulated in the tribe.
I feel like I get such a good vibe from you. You're my number one right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Same with you.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
If we did have to go to tribal again, I would be trying to push for Christy or Victoria. I know that they seem like a tight duo. Do you want to work with Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I like Tim.
The three of Tasha, Steven, and Tim, I feel confident in right now.
I think it'll be tough to keep Christy and Victoria around because, like, they're close.
Right. Knowing Victoria and Christy are close and Christy has an idol and would play it possibly for Victoria, maybe. If we had us four, so you, me, Tasha, and Tim.
We had Christy find an idol, and she did it without a clue, which is very impressive. It's also very scary to me. I'm like 98% sure it's a real idol.
I'm pretty confident it's a real idol.
I think it's real, but I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I know that fake idols might be in the mix. I wasn't expecting it to look like that. So I don't know if it's real or not.
I do believe it is a real idol. That'd be awesome if it was not. The idol kind of needs to be used against the other tribe, which is true. We are down in numbers. We kind of need that idol, to be perfectly honest.
The only thing I'm nervous about is the idol. I feel like Victoria and Christy seem really close.
They are.
So I kind of want to split that up.
6 of us left. It'd be the 4 of us, me, you, Tasha, and Josh, against Victoria and
Christy.
It could be 2-2-2. We could put 2 votes on Victoria, 2 votes on Christy.
That's a good point.
So what we're thinking about for the next vote is to hopefully split the vote, 2 on Christy, 2 on Victoria, because Christy has the idol and might play it on Victoria if we put all of her votes on Victoria.
How do you feel about Steven? Do you trust him?
I kind of, but not like fully.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting the impression that he's playing everyone.
Looking ahead to like the merge, he could definitely really easily loop people in. So I think he's a good person to get out as soon as we possibly can.
The park try is the real 3, and then we're using Tim as an extra number to have a majority.
Okay.
So
As long
that's
as
what I'm
I'm not picked off as the only girl.
Oh,
in that
no.
four. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Like, hopefully, like, us 3, we can pull Tim in. I mean, really, as long as Tim doesn't work with Christy and Victoria, like we're good.
Right now I feel like I'm kind of in a sticky situation where Christy and Victoria, I feel like it's a natural alliance there with the girls alliance, but Steven approached me and Josh and said he wants to be a tight 3. I hope this web doesn't come back to bite me, but so far I have options.
I'm worried that I told everyone I have an idol and now they want to flush the idol and they want to get me out. I trust you 100%.
Yeah.
Have you heard my name?
Not at all.
Really?
Yeah. Have you heard mine?
No.
Okay.
I think I feel closest to Natasha and Christy right now. Kind of were talking earlier and saying that us girls should stick together against the other boys.
I heard that there was a possibility of like all girls alliance.
It would be stupid not to like think about it.
The tribe layout. It's 3 guys, 3 girls. Could be 3-3, but I honestly feel a little bit better with the girls than I do with the guys. The problem is I think the girls are much better players. And then me and Tasha in the middle.
The 3 of us plus Tim.
And we split the vote 2 and 2 to get rid of the idol.
Oh, you want to split the vote?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem with that is that whoever doesn't get voted out is gonna feel on the outs.
It makes me nervous because then like there's only 2 girls and like the girls are definitely in the minority, so it makes me nervous.
Like we are the alliance
I feel
in this
confident.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta get
Like
everything on
we
board.
would never say
Like,
each other's names. We would never write each other's names down. So like I want to make sure that we keep this 3 in the game.
It just makes me nervous because obviously like then I'm left with 3 guys and then 1 girl and then one of Christy or Victoria. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to be on the outs.
I feel like I'm in a really good position. I think Christy and Victoria would want to work with me, and they've been tossing out ideas of an all-girls alliance. Steven really wants to work with me and Josh.
we really gotta win the next one.
Yes,
So
we do.
Yeah.
We do. We really do. I'm not gonna mess it up for us next time, you guys.
No one messed it up.
No one messed
You
it
guys
up.
are nice.
Sorry guys, I was talking all this stuff about cohesion and it seems like I just set off a bomb.
I know you want Michelle.
What if it wasn't Michelle? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
I was thinking Michelle.
I honestly wasn't thinking that part because I didn't have to. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
tell
that's
you.
true.
Like, I'm trying to keep this, like,
Civil for right now because we have to get through these challenges together. Right.
yeah.
I'm sorry for stirring up drama.
Watching myself back in the previous season was kind of tough because I saw a bunch of missed opportunities. So I would say this year I'm less intent on flying under the radar.
Congrats, Michael.
Thank you.
Why did you share it with the group?
I want this team to go into the merge as one team, and I don't feel like that's going to happen if some people know I have the idol and other people don't. I think having the idol in my back pocket obviously protects me because like I recognize that like there's an argument to be made that I'm not the strongest person on the team.
It's so different than the last few times I played where like people just clicked instantly and like there were like clear tribal lines. It's kind of terrifying.
It's so weird. So I thought, you know, being returners would be an advantage. But now, like, all I can hear is everyone's like past the beef, and I'm like, damn, guys, like, we're not even voting anyone off.
Right, exactly.
There's a little bit of strife between you and Pat. It seems like maybe you guys, at least in the short term, aren't really compatible allies.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, I will be the first person to say that. Yes, that's 100% correct. He's drawing lines that didn't have to be drawn.
That's, yeah.
First off, I'm very confident in our triangle. I hope Dennis still feels confidently.
Shelly's like ticked off at Pat.
I know. I feel like if Pat, Michelle can just like
put their differences aside.
I don't know about them putting their differences aside. I feel like it has to be one or the other.
Low key, it's great.
It's good for us to keep them both in the game.
Triangle first.
Yeah.
I promise.
So there's just a lot of chaos going on around me, but I feel like me personally, my position in the game is like really solid right now. I feel really solid with Dennis and Brandon. That's we're calling ourselves the triangle. One of the first conversations, Brandon came up to me. He's like, I've been hearing your name a lot. And I was like, oh my God, people are wanting to vote me out already. And he was like, no, like in a good way. And I was like, okay, well, don't say it like that.
There's a lot of kind of confusion out there in terms of Pat had his whole tribe meeting.
My feeling is I wanted to make big swings at the beginning this time. I think nobody can deny that I haven't done that, so
I was like, yeah,
it is what it is.
I'm like, yeah, I still want to work with you. I personally don't have reservations.
I mean, there's no going back from this, you know? Like, I'm always going to have like a certain amount of the spotlight on me.
I mean, that is a legitimate pitch you had of this is kind of a tribe idol. Like, that's super valuable. Like, why would we get rid of that?
No matter what happens, I'm really happy that I took a big swing.
Or could be getting to the place where I'm writing more checks than I can cash if I'm kind of telling Pat you're good, Michelle you're good.
Do you have my back? Is there four?
Yeah. So.
He's like, yeah, well, our games aren't compatible.
You play your game and I'll play mine.
No, he didn't say that. He did not say that. And it just upset me.
I don't want to needlessly be breaking promises.
I feel bad because she didn't even say anything. He just kind of was like, boom, right at her throat. I don't know what's true. So I'm like, leaning towards it might actually be a real idol, and you just don't want to look at the because it was so big. Yeah, but we probably might have just found it without the clue. So I just wanted it with what he's saying about that clue because I have the clue that says our tribe name on it. Oh! He might have brought something with him to just like say, okay, I'm playing it. I have an idol now. Oh my God. And it's a big clue.
Before he had the team meeting, he like pulled me aside and let me know I had the clue like really secretly. No, this guy's lying to me right now. Like there's no way, because I knew that you had it.
Yeah.
I feel like he feels vulnerable right now, and he's just trying to make a really early move. I don't understand why we're starting all that drama right off the bat. Everyone's a really good challenger. I think our team's gonna do extraordinarily well and just wipe out all the newbies. I'm stressed now. I thought we won. Like this wasn't supposed to be stressful.
I know. I'm like, we're 100 miles an hour, and like we have barely even started. No. When we go down and we merge, we need to not.
We can't have this chaos
against each other.
Yeah.
I don't know really. I don't have a lead to where it is. Something about three things that go together. It was like looking through like thick.
I think others may see me a threat and they know that I'm competitive and strategic and sometimes have the propensity to find idols and advantages. We're all here to have a good time, and that's great and all, but I feel like one of these seasons, hopefully, I can actually make it to the end. Haley, that's it.
In the first round, we have Danny and Steven squaring off, each trying to find their balance and make their move. And Steven unleashing a barrage of strikes to Danny, smile on his face. Danny finding it hard to fight back. Lunges, but goes down. Parkside has the first point. Haley and Christy facing off next.
Go, go, go!
Christy taking no prisoners with strikes right to Haley's head. And if Haley wasn't awake, she certainly is now. Both castaways showing great balance to hang in there. And Haley's been unleashed, unrelenting in her attack on Christy. And she's actually popped her jousting stick. We're gonna have to bring in the noodles for the remaining rounds. And Haley, despite the popped stick, able to even the score after a very hard-fought round. Next up we have Dennis. Oh, and that was Josh, but he can't keep his balance for more than a second, handing a free point to Tyler. Dennis still getting a hero's welcome from the rest of his tribe after that grueling battle. Sarah and Victoria getting ready to engage. That is, if Sarah can stay upright. Another free point handed out, and we're tied again. Brandon and Tim prepared to do battle. Brandon going for the long-range attack. Tim moves in. He's lost his noodle. We've got a fully fledged wrestling match on our hands. Tim in the water first, but still determined to take Brandon in nonetheless. Tyler 1 point away from immunity, and it's Michelle looking to secure the win. Tasha attempting to send this to a decisive round. Michelle not holding back, and Tasha trying to swat her away. Parkside watching with bated breath, hoping to stay alive. And Michelle comes out on top, giving Tyler their second straight immunity challenge win. Okay, Tyler Tribe, congratulations, your second straight immunity win. And this is the first challenge of the season that we're playing with the Ambassador twist. So one of your members is going to join the Parkside Tribe as they strategize for their second straight tribal council. So I need you to take a minute, huddle up, and decide who you're going to name as your ambassador for this round.
I'm going to try. No one else wants it. I don't.
I think
Definitely be a good.
I feel good about you as well. Thanks for volunteering.
Okay, Tyler, who have you selected as your ambassador? All right, Brandon, head on over to the Parkside Tribe. Welcome, Brandon, with open arms. Don't be too hard on him, and you guys can head back to camp.
Hello everyone, just here's a resource. At one point the tribes are going to join, and so it's good to have friends like everywhere. So that's how I'm approaching this. I'd like to kind of like chat with all of you at some point, that's okay.
I don't know how I feel about being ambassador. Very weird being isolated from my team. Very weird that they can all potentially just agree like, oh yeah, Brendan's not here, that guy sucks, like we'll vote him off next time. On the other hand though, looking at the bigger picture, I think it's cool to network with the other team, hopefully build some relationships.
I'm also very stressed to be here, honestly. Not because of you guys, but like I'm not with them, so yeah.
I want to be as honest as possible so they don't get the sense I'm being deceptive, but I don't want to give away any important information.
So what can you tell us about the other side?
So this is the truth. We're not just like up there sitting and like just like chatting, having fun, like haha, one, like oh that team sucks. No, it's like everyone's like playing Game of Thrones style like conversations, like oh like if we had to vote someone off, it'd be them, right?
The one thing I want to be careful of is not sharing anything that will get me in trouble, because eventually another ambassador will come. And what's that ambassador going to be like? Well, they're probably going to ask, what did Brandon say?
Well, thanks for the info.
Yeah, no problem at all.
How are you feeling after winning 2 challenges? Must be a nice change of pace from your first season, right?
Yeah.
I also think it could be great to volunteer early and potentially avoid being ambassador for future rounds. So get my duty out of the way now. I'm hoping to learn a little bit about each player. My team sent me over as like a spy to like get the tea. I'll try to do that. I mean, that's not my top goal.
6-1. And I got the vote from Jackson.
Okay.
I was really nervous I would go home. Just like paranoia and stuff.
Well, it's good that the person who voted for you is gone, so that's...
Yeah. Me and Brandon got into quite the kerfuffle during that challenge, but he's a cool guy. Like, I like him.
Me, Tasha, and Christy have a pretty tight alliance, and like,
that's
we're
good.
all kind of on the same page.
It's very good for you. Excellent.
Yeah.
Glad to hear you.
Yeah, but then I heard there's like a girls versus boys thing. Is there
Hope it's up to
anyone
you.
like on your tribe that seems to be like the chopping block for next if you go to a tribal?
I don't know. You don't want to make enemies too early.
Yeah.
So I think everyone's kind of been reluctant to have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys found like the immunity over there?
Yeah.
Okay, you did. Oh, nice.
It was not me. I didn't find the clue. I didn't find the idol.
So do you guys know who has it? Like, does I guess the better question. You
Everyone
don't have to tell
does
me.
know,
Everyone.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Who are you kind of talking to? Who do you
Sure,
trust?
yeah.
Because you give me a good vibe. Like, I could see myself working with you, but I just
thank
want
you.
to know.
That's like why I've kind of been so stressed on my team.
Yeah.
It's like, even though we won, there's still always kind of like the power struggle of like, ooh, like, what's gonna be a team? It's tough for me to say until like the voting happens, like who says who's back.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing though. I wouldn't say there's like any groups yet. It's like a bunch of people like trying to feel each other out, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll become more reality when like it's voting time.
I was just basically asking him, like, are there any alliances formed already, like, over on the other side? And he kind of was saying, like, he's very open, like, nobody's really tight yet. I think this is, like, he took this as an opportunity to, like, get to know us and, like, yeah, as of right now, like, he said there's not really, people aren't really playing with alliances. But that's hard to believe also because, like, who's your number one ally?
I'm an ally.
Just to put you on the spot.
That's a great question. My team's in this weird spot where like everyone's just trying to be friendly.
See you, Brandon.
See you, that's a great combo.
So, I mean, it's great to win that second challenge in a row. Feel really good about it. At the same time, there is part of you that you need to go to that first tribal council to really see where people stand and who you can trust. It sounds like the consensus is if we win the tribal now, Pat would be the first to go.
How do you feel about Brandon going over to the other side?
I want to know where they're like, what their core groups are and what cracks are forming.
I think he was a good choice. Yeah, I think he'll relay things well. He's very likable too, so I think he's somebody that they might come in and welcome and kind of trust and include in conversations.
Did you guys work stuff out? You guys both
I wouldn't say that we worked things out.
It felt like you put me on blast in front of everyone.
That was.
And that, you know.
I feel like I've been like the guy that's telling everybody like team cohesion is necessary, and I like involuntarily created like the biggest rift in the team.
It's not
the idea.
Not necessary drama at this point in the game.
Right.
We're
For now, let's
winning
just focus
everything.
on the next challenge.
Things are looking up for me. I did find the hidden immunity idol. I'm so thankful that Haley decided to trust me, and I see it moving forward as our idol. Clearly, Pat had lied about him finding it and finding the clue. I think this is the exact break my game needed right now.
I wonder if Brandon is going to come back and know like who has what, or if there's anything there.
Do you mind if I see it?
Let's see clue.
Yeah.
You need that.
Obviously.
Okay. There's something I could say here, but there are people who have pocketed clues and then kept them for the next year. Yeah.
Is that what you could say here, or is there something else?
Well, no, that's all I'm gonna say.
You're telling us that you didn't use it.
Do you know what the theme is? Because like that might help moving forward. Like,
I don't know if that's something that I should reveal.
Why?
Well, so there. Here's the thing. Okay, so
I'm sorry.
Alright, I'll say that there is beads involved. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Just beads.
Why is it so awkward? I don't understand.
To make it look like
what he's even doing.
he's trying to make it look like he has an idol, so we don't vote for him.
My suspicions were true. Pat's idol is fake, and so is this clue. Right now, I'm feeling pretty happy about that. What can I say? I was right this time.
Oh my god.
I'm regretting a lot already.
We just won. It was supposed to be like a lighthearted time.
I
We
know,
were all like together and hanging out.
It's hard. Everybody wants to be. I liked it better when the focus wasn't on it.
The fact that you're not showing the actual idol makes people suspicious and don't actually have it.
How about I give too much information away, but it might be B.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that? There's no way that I can believe it's real anymore. There's just no way. Like, why would you incriminate yourself so badly, though? That's what I don't get.
I've said so many things and I can't unsay them, and so I'm like...
You can.
Erase the tape. Yeah, I think...
I think Pat raised his kind of threat level and he's in more danger now after making those comments than before. Is Pat's idol and clue fake? I'm not sure what to think. I could see him pulling something with a fake idol.
That was my first thought.
You know what? I think it's lonely.
People are like, well, why would he tell us?
Right.
But then not show us.
But it is weird.
But people are like,
yeah,
why isn't he showing us?
Just like, simmer down, Pat.
I'm like as down as I can be.
So that was a rough one for me. Balance is not my strong suit. I've been trying to do puzzles, and we're 2 challenges in and there's no puzzles, which isn't great for my skill set. I extra super duper trifecta flops.
But also, a lot of people see you as very loyal and
exactly.
someone that they can trust down the road, especially.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're as vulnerable as you think you are.
Right now, we're thinking that it's going to be Josh, just because we're sick of losing and we want to win some challenges. I'm very nervous going into this tribal. Josh wants to split up me and Victoria because he thinks that we're like attached at the hip. If you're going to throw my name out there, I'll throw yours out there. My initial thought was Josh.
That was
like,
my initial thought
yeah,
too.
initially.
Like right after the challenge.
Yeah, because right now I feel like we need to win a challenge.
I just found him hard to read.
Yes.
Like he's like, oh yeah, but I'm not getting yes. 100%.
I think he's also kind of trying to fly under the radar. I have been hearing my name once or twice from Josh. I guess he was saying either me or Christy, since Christy does have the idol, and I guess he thinks me and Christy are pretty tight. I would say me, Christy, Tasha, and then Tim also. We're all pretty close. We were talking about Josh.
I think Josh is a good person to have in our tribe, but we need to win some challenges. And
I agree, yeah.
he fell off immediately. That's not a great look.
He can kind of be reserved and keep to himself too, but still kind of swivel his way in.
We lost again, of course. I didn't do great in the challenge. I did for some people, but I didn't do great still.
I wouldn't be surprised if it were me. I flopped in like half a second.
So I know that they talked about a girls' alliance. Tasha is someone who I think will vote with us. She's kind of like the swing vote. Also, Christy has an idol.
So it sounds like they're pretty worried about Christy's idol, but they're worried like, oh, maybe they'll play it. So they're either thinking you or Christy.
Okay.
So
Just to flush the idol?
I don't want her to waste it.
To flush it, yeah.
I don't want to flush it. Like, we're gonna be down 2 people
Right.
to the returning players.
Seriously.
We honestly should try to keep it. Honestly, I feel better with you guys than I feel with them.
I just find Josh harder to read.
We
Yes.
could do some damage.
He's very likable. I like him
Yeah.
as a
No,
person.
I do too. I do
I just
too.
don't know if I trust him.
I heard Josh,
Okay.
which I know he's part of our like little trio alliance, but honestly, I feel like I can like get the sense that you're being genuine. With Josh, I find him pretty hard to read.
Josh and Steven are going to want to vote for one of the girls to try to weaken this kind of trio of a girls' alliance, but the girls want to get rid of a guy, so we kind of keep the majority.
I think they're voting for Josh, so we have to decide, do we want to vote Josh also, or do we want to split the vote with them?
Like, do we get Josh out next, or do we get Victoria?
Mhm.
It sounds like the vote's probably going to be on Josh.
Okay. Are we cool with Brandon hearing this?
Whoever you vote off, I'm gonna find out anyways.
Brandon is like around all of our conversations. Like,
It's tough.
I just,
He's going to know all of our info.
yeah, because he's gonna know who's aligned with him too and stuff. I want to really badly split the vote. I don't know if Tasha, she's gonna be the swing vote. It's probably gonna be Josh or one of the girls. Just worried about Josh leaving because Josh is a number for us. Josh will keep us safe. Josh is not gonna write us down. It's been nuts. I wanted to going into this do a split vote 2-2 on the Christy and Victoria, but then Josh's name is being floated around a lot, and Tasha doesn't know. If you really do, Josh, I will, but I need to make sure that we are.
I don't feel. I think those 3 guys are scared of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
You want Josh out? Okay, I'm fine. Let's just do that.
My name's been thrown out there, so that makes me a little bit concerned.
You guys are doing very well, though.
Thank you.
Doing so well.
Thanks. You guys too in challenges.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
us
getting
win
lucky.
once in a while. But
I'm getting a little carried.
It seems like there's kind of like a guys versus girls dynamic. If I had to predict who I think is getting voted off, I think it's one of the guys. I think the girls are a lot more solid than the guys are. I also think Tasha is kind of like playing both sides very well. So I think she's kind of like in a crucial spot where she controls the team with her vote.
How are we feeling about the Josh vote?
I'm still feeling good about it.
I think that's the best option at this point.
I think Steven will be good for challenges, and I think he's more of a team than Josh.
He's definitely trying to split up the 2 of you. Right now, I think I'm sitting very pretty, but there's a storm brewing. It's gonna get a little intense. There's gonna be fireworks for sure. So, fingers crossed I do not get caught in the crossfire, but I think I'm good. I don't want to have someone in the tribe that kind of tears us apart.
Yeah.
Like, cause no offense, we need to have a chance against the returning players.
Yeah, you guys will be great.
We can't be fractured, and then there's like, oh, all right, well, this is easy for us. We have the numbers advantage, and they hate each other. So we just need to be a solid crew, so we actually have a chance against these guys. So, we'll see how this tribal goes.
I feel like it was a mistake to come over here in general. I think the ideal path would be to never be ambassador at all. But I think strategically, if I was going to be ambassador, cool to do it first.
The other side?
I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird having you not around.
I know. I feel like I became a part of this team and not being ripped away from my home. So, you know, it's,
Well, if you're really a part of this team, lose the next challenge. So.
Yeah, I'll forward that idea to them. I'll float it up. We'll see if they react to it. I'm sure they will. We'll be all for it.
Yeah.
Great chatting with all of you. Hope to see you guys.
It's gonna be scary seeing my name written down.
Tell me about it. I was freaking out last round. I was so stressed, man. I know how you feel, so.
Yeah. If I lose, I hope you win, man.
Parkside Tribe, welcome back to Tribal Council. I want to ask, after that last vote, if you felt that was the right decision for your tribe at that time, and how you feel about it right now.
It was definitely a hard vote. I think that Jackson was really a valuable player on our team, but at the same time, I do feel good with the people that I'm working with now, and I think it will be good in the long run for me.
Gosh, I see you left a seat open for Jackson. Do you stand by your decision from the last Tribal Council?
I do. With so little time to make a decision, it was really hard to make a choice, but I just voted for the person that I felt like I hadn't connected with as much or didn't have that relationship with. But we do miss having Jackson on the tribe, but I think it was the right decision at the time. It all comes down to trust.
They call me biased, but I'm glad the vote went down the way it did because it was basically between me and Jackson. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm glad nobody is like, oh, I regret that decision. I think we are all better as a tribe that Jackson went out first. As much as we love him, I think it was the right decision for us, but it's a whole new game this round, that's for sure.
So Tim, I think you were the one who said it's going to be a 6-1 vote last Tribal. You were right.
Yes.
But where do you go after 6-1 vote? It can't be a 6-0 vote now. So what happens next?
It could go so many different ways. There could be a multiple votes here. This vote is going to be a little bit more complicated than the last one, I think.
Stephen, did you find the round of strategy to be more in-depth, more complex in the lead up to this vote compared to your first vote?
It was a lot more like switching between conversations and just seeing what everyone was thinking. It wasn't just like completely set in stone, like it's this person or this person. I just hope that I had the right conversations at the right time to be in the majority of this vote.
Victoria, how have you found the experience of trying to go back and forth between conversations, keeping your story straight to different people?
It's definitely been a little bit challenging, kind of steering my conversation one way or the other, depending on what group I'm with or who I'm talking to. But I think it's been a good way to kind of find out everyone's story and what everyone's thinking.
So Josh, you had a visitor. Brandon was here. Did you feel a little bit more reserved and not wanting to strategize to your fullest potential in front of him? Is he going back to his camp with anything of note?
I wasn't a fan of him being around during the strategic part. I made it a point I didn't want to talk to him one-on-one. I am very secure with our tribe here, and I had no interest in sharing really anything with him.
In all the time I've spent with you, I really do get a feel for we're a unified group, but are we at risk of potentially fracturing that in our next vote, our second straight vote?
I mean, someone's getting voted out, right? So I think someone feels safe and they're not getting out. I just hope it's not me.
Christy, do you think it is going to be a blindside in this vote?
I think it could be, for sure. All I can do is really trust the relationships that I've formed with everyone.
Is there anything anyone would like to add before we go vote? All right, then it is time to vote, and Tasha, you're up first.
I think I'm kind of a deciding factor here.
Tim, please vote with me.
All I can do is trust the people who have told me that they have my best interests out for them.
That's crazy. Either way, I think people are gonna be pissed at me.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Josh. Victoria, 1 vote Victoria, 1 vote Josh. Victoria, 2 votes Victoria, 1 vote Josh. Christy, that's 2 votes Victoria, 1 vote Josh, 1 vote Christy. Josh, 2 votes Josh, 2 votes Victoria, 1 vote Christy, 1 vote left. Christy, we have a tie. In the event of a tie vote, the people that the vote was between will not re-vote. The other 3 will vote. You can only vote for Victoria, Christy, or Josh. Tasha, you're up first.
I feel like such a jerk. I really do.
Once votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Christy. Second person voted out at Survivor Branford, Christy. Christy, that's 2. That's all it takes this time. I'll have to bring me your torch.
Enough of my torch, Jen.
Gladly. The time is still good.
We love you, Christy.
This sucks. I feel like my biggest mistake was finding the idol, telling everyone I had it. That put a huge target on my back. And maybe I was too close with Victoria in the beginning, but I was really just sticking to someone that I trusted and trying to get farther in the game. Guess it didn't work out for me, but they did a great job. They really got me, so.